Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with Newcastle United as we near the end of another season at the club. This is quite a big episode. We've been desperately hunting that title for a couple of years now, and we've got a chance to do it today. A win against Bournemouth will close the gap on United to just 3 points. I think it might actually close it to 2 points. Indeed, it would close it to 2 points if we can win that game. United are away at Arsenal, and if they lose there and we beat them at Old Trafford in the match following Bournemouth, we would go top of the league. So it's quite important that we get the best possible result against Bournemouth to get us in the right shape for beating Manchester United. The rest of the episode will be full of league games. It's all about trying to hunt that title down with 8 games left to go. I think if we can win the next 2 matches, we will be in a very strong position to do so. I don't think it's the end of the world if we haven't overtaken United by the time that game happens. But we need to beat Bournemouth today. It's a strong team going out there. We've got Origi leading the line with Correa and Vázquez on the wings, Rabiot, Kovacic and Katroviak in midfield with Rahman, Jones, Mangala, Keane and Ketchel making up the back lines. Kovacic holding on to the ball and loses it to Harry Arter. Now Falke loses it to Michael Keane. Rabiot can play a ball over the top and does towards Vázquez. It's come back for Rabiot. He's having a run at goal. Plays it out to Correa, who can put it across, but instead Reyes smothers it. Vázquez with the free kick, chipped into Katroviak, and there's a foul from Harry Arter in there. Apparently he pushed Mangala, and we've got a penalty. Up steps Divock Origi, and it's saved by Raya, and penalties are haunting us again. Babaramen's throw to Rabiot. Now Sterling in the area goes for goal, and Raheem Sterling out of nothing has made the breakthrough in the 67th minute. Rabiot into Origi, slips it in for Sane. Good save. Sterling's there again for 2-0. Raheem Sterling cutting inside the field, finds Lewis Cook. Ball over the top, cleared away. Kolasinac further away. Now Falke loses it to Keane. Keane plays it down the line for Sane. He cuts past the player, sends it in, and Origi touches in it and the near post for 3-0. Katroviak to Cook. Now Rabiot out wide to Keane. Can he send it in? He does. It's come for Sterling, who's on a hat-trick. He plays it out instead to Rabiot. Out to Babaraman. He loses it, but it's a penalty, and Sterling should be taking that to get his hat-trick. And Sterling does score. It's 4-0. Well, at 0-0, we made 3 substitutions. Raheem Sterling was one of them. He's bagged a hat-trick today as we finish a 4-0 rout against Bournemouth, and it's all about carrying this form forward from here. 7 more games to go, and I think 7 wins will give us the title. Well, this is almost a title decider with Manchester United. Certainly if we lose, it's almost guaranteed that Manchester United will win this title. We absolutely have to win. A draw wouldn't necessarily mean the end of the race. With 6 games to go, anything can happen. But we really, really have to try and win this. So we've got Origi leading the line with Sterling and Sane on the wings. They're the players who came on and changed the game against Bournemouth. Rabiot, Kovacic and Katroviak still continuing in midfield with Rahman, Jones, Mangala and Chambers across the back 4. Luke Shaw plays it forward to Lozano. He's cutting in from the left. There's Bernardo. There's a man free in the middle. It's Harry Kane and it's 1-0 inside 2 minutes, and we've got an awful lot of work to do to make up now. Corner from Bernardo. And it's a foul from Rabiot. Absolutely unnecessary. He was nowhere near the ball. And Bernardo Silva can make it 2-0 with the penalty, but Ketchel saves it. Oh, Bernardo's been allowed through after a scrappy header in midfield. Ketchel tips it over. Rabiot sends the ball out wide to Babaraman. He's got players in the middle. It's come all the way for Leroy Sane to lash home. And after 55 minutes, we've got the equaliser. Leroy Sane's 20th of the season. And can we turn this around? Ball Pogba toward Prowse. Lozano's managed to keep that ball and he finds Harry Kane in a good area. There's Bernardo Silva and it's 2-1. Sterling, edge of the area, goes for goal, but it's gone wide, and that's going to be the full-time whistle. United will play down the clock, and it's finished 2-1. The title is over, and that means that in 3 of the last 4 games, we've completely thrown away our chance of any competitions. With 6 games left, we're 8 points behind United. We're out of all of the competitions now. It's such a bitter season. It's not even as good as last season. It's just so disappointing. But we'll get through the next 4 games, and then we'll have to rebuild in the summer. Really strengthen the team to make sure that we can challenge for the title. It's also important that we completely secure our top 4 position. We are 12 points clear of Chelsea, but you never know what might happen when form's as poor as it is. But we just need to get a few wins under our belt, hopefully boost the confidence, and then it's all about the summer transfer window. Now that the last 6 matches of this season don't really matter too much, I am going to give some of the youngsters a bit of first team action. So we've got Musqui starting the game up top with Scott Orr out on the right. We've got Adam Phillips coming in centre midfield and Callum Steele out at left back position. Ketchel obviously continuing in goal. Ketchel's rating not very good. It's important to note. There is maybe a big question to be asked of me selling Alex Murray in the January transfer window. It's just about when our form started to nosedive. I mean, I have full faith in Matthew Ketchel developing into a top quality goalkeeper, but he is only 19 and it maybe was too soon to bring him in. We probably should have waited till the summer, but that's all in hindsight. All that matters now is that we get through to the end of the season, secure Champions League football and can rebuild ahead of next season. Mkhitaryan's corner. In at the near post, and it's a foul from Scott or one of the youngsters, and we've given away a penalty as we have been doing so often recently. Everton haven't had a shot on target in this entire game. They've got the chance to now from 12 yards. Asensio finds that bottom corner. We've got a goal down, and it is so against the run of play. Vasquez with a free kick, looking to the far post. Mangala finds Sterling, who touches it home. We've got the equaliser now. We've got less than 10 minutes to try and find a winner. There is a full-time whistle. It's a disappointing draw, but a very unlucky one. There's no way that we should have let Everton get a goal today. It means that we close the gap to 7 points temporarily, but United still to play. Well, it's a big match against Spurs because a defeat today could really throw open the 2nd to 4th place positions. Obviously, we want to finish either 2nd or 3rd by the end of this season. Just 5 games left to go for us because that will secure automatic positions in the group stages of the Champions League next season. So I'm putting out a strong team here. I want to beat Spurs, keep them cemented in 4th place and push us further ahead. It's a full strength side. Sterling and Sane starting on the wings. Midfield, defence and striker unchanged, and Ketchel still in goal. Kovacic into Rabiot. He's beaten the defender, finds Origi, steps inside the players, and it's saved by Lurie. Babarahman finds Sterling. He's just holding up the ball and then running inside himself, and he's hit the woodwork, and Lurie has to tip the rebound over. Salazar finds Anoma. He slips it through to Keane, who finds the goal. We've gone behind. Leroy Sane cutting in from that right flank. Running past the defender. Now Origi pitches the ball in for Correa, who's got there and found the corner. It's 1-1. Divock Origi. A little bit isolated, but he's got Sane in support. He's looking to take on 2 defenders. Slips it in towards Origi, who hammers it home from nowhere. I didn't expect that to go in at all. Lurie really should have stopped that, but we've managed to turn Spurs over and take the lead. Well, it's been a very spirited turnaround from the team. A nice highlight towards the end of a very disappointing season. And it does mean we've qualified for the Champions League for sure. We're 7 points clear of Spurs with 4 games left. Well, for the big derby against Sunderland, I can only put out my strongest team. There's just the one change from the excellent win against Spurs away from home, and that's that Correa is coming in on the left flank for an injured Raheem Sterling. Otherwise, it's as we were. We should be winning this match quite comfortably. A win would guarantee our place in the group stage of the Champions League next season, but it also gives us a bragging rights, and I never like dropping points against Sunderland. Rabiot switches the flank. Lukaku heads it away, but there's Rabiot again, who finds Correa. Now Kovacic through to Correa again. Chambers can maybe put across it. It's come for Kovacic. Rabiot to Origi, soft shot at Pickford. Rabiot to Origi. Manages to control it. Plays it out to Babaraman. Babaraman can put the ball in towards Sane. It's a good diagonal ball in, and Leroy Sane volleys it in to put us 1-0 up. Rabiot can't quite square the ball for Kovacic, and Poulsen's looking to switch flank, but Chambers gets there, but he's given it straight to Asoro. Our defence switched off. Big mistake from Chambers, and Asoro levels things up. Rabiot, long ball over the top, looking for Musgrave. He plays it back to Rabiot again. Ball into Correa, takes a good control, turns the defenders and hammers it past the goalkeeper to put us back ahead. Rabiot nods the ball on. Musgrave's gone onto it, turns the defender inside out and slots it under the keeper at the near post for 3-1. Poulsen, running at the defence, sends the ball across, and it's been touched in by Asoro. Ketchel kept out the initial cross, but Asoro was there to pounce and make it 3-2. Well, the scoreline might be tighter than it should have been, but it's still a victory for us against Sunderland. We've now managed to win 2 league games in a row for the first time in quite a while. We've also closed the gap on Manchester United to 7 points, but with 3 games to go, it would be the greatest of all miracles if we managed to shut that gap completely. There's quite a few changes to the team for this match away from Leicester. The final match of this episode, we've got Mangala coming into the centre of defence. He's currently unhappy and transfer listed, so he should be leaving the club in the summer, I would imagine. Melagoni and Vilhena are coming into the centre of midfield. Their first starts for quite a long time. Scott Orr playing on the right-hand side of midfield. Lucas Vazquez on the left, and Z Gomez back from injury leading the line. Roberts plays it into Sanabria, but it's a tug back by Mangala, and Leicester have a penalty. Not only that, it was actually Melagoni, I think, who did the pullback, and he's also been given a red card because he was the last man. I thought the rules on that had changed, but apparently not, so we're down to 10 men. Up steps El Nene to score in the bottom corner. We've got a goal down, we're down to 10 men. This is not going to be easy. Vazquez with a corner for us. Cleared out by Jenkinson at the near post. No messing around there. Babaraman gets to the ball first. Now Vazquez into Scott Orr. He's got players free in the middle. It's played in, and there's Musgrave off the crossbar. Vazquez still with it. Pulls it back, but it's cleared away. Mahrez on the left flank for Leicester. Loses out to Chambers. Musgrave can launch a counter-attack with Scott Orr. Inside to Lewis Cook. Ball forward to Musgrave. One more pass finds Kovacic, who hammers it in. And with 10 men, we've managed to come back with a 90th minute equaliser against Leicester. Well, it's been a reasonably dramatic end to this episode. A 1-1 draw, the team doing well to come back and get a point from that match, which means that we are now 3 games unbeaten, up to, well, pretty sure of second in the table at the moment because Manchester City can't catch us. There's still work to do to secure the runners-up spot, but we're pretty much, well, we are certainly guaranteed top 3 finish this season for the 2nd season in a row. But we're going to fall well short of that title. Well, that is going to be all for this episode. Next time out, we will play the final 2 games of this season. Get the season over with. We'll do an end of season post-mortem rather than a review, given that we haven't won any silverware. Didn't even get the Community Shield this time. So there's a lot of room for improvement. We started the season so well, such a good run of form. Just the 1 loss in such a long period of time, but it completely fell apart in the second half. We've been really, really poor for a few months now, and there's a lot of work to do in order to improve this team. So there's going to be a lot of transfers, a lot of hopefully good business. Most of the players will be staying except for some of the fringe players, I imagine. But make sure you subscribe if you want to see these last 2 games and see my plans for next season. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. But until next time, see ya.